Welcome back to Bodanza Disc Golf. Today, I'm revisiting one of the discs that when it first came out, I absolutely hated. Hate might be a strong word, but it was pretty close. And that is the Innova Alien. Innova's weirdest disc ever made. Some would say the most out of this world. I'm sorry. The Alien is so odd because it is a 4-speed that also has this weird fastback ridges on the top, as you can see here. Very similar to a disc that many of you guys might know, like the Sonic. I think they're actually called fastbacks, which raises the dome up without having to make dome. Also adds some ridges for your thumb to kind of get a better grip. And then the bottom of the disc is a little more normally beveled. And when I reviewed it, they basically only had the premium version, but now I also have a base. So we have the base plastic Alien, which we'll putt with today. Oh man, DX. 4201 are the numbers, and I remember when I reviewed it last, there was like a 5th category that I thought it needed called lift, because it would seem to fly normal, but have some lift in its flight. And when I reviewed it, it was a couple years ago. I don't know if that's because I threw a little more nose up, or if that's just because this is absolutely such a weirdo disc. Because I do know that something like the Sonic also does have a lot of glide. It likes to stay in the air, so maybe that's a part of it. So we're gonna see if today the Alien is kind of like a Sonic in a zone or a Sonic in a chicane had a baby by playing 9 holes here, the longs out at Frontera Park. And honestly, I just want to see if I still hate this disc. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm not crazy optimistic about this. Hole 1, 244 feet straight ahead. I decided, since I'm not the biggest fan of this disc and we only get 9 holes with it, we're gonna play a doubles round today, me plus me, and try to shoot at least 6 down. I'm not even gonna set it at 9 down. 6 down's the line. If anything worse than that gets shot, then I'll throw the base plastic DX one if it doesn't get too beat up in the 50K subscriber giveaway. So subscribe. We're probably a couple months out from that, and that's gonna be a huge giveaway at this point. And if it does get beat up, we'll throw this one in there. 4201 are the numbers, 245 feet. I am a little nervous. I'm gonna try to throw it on a hyzer. Oh, it flattened. That's kind of surprising. And that's OB. And my pocket fell out. So we got a lot of pressure already. I was surprised at how much that flattened. Right at it then. Oh, that one flipped. Okay, good. It's getting stable. Okay. We got a putt. That surprised me. There's a slight headwind, but a little left to right as well. I didn't think it would do too much at 250 feet of power. I didn't see that lift though, so I'm guessing the lift might have been a little bit of a nose up issue. Now, I'll show you that when I pick these discs up. So now when I'm throwing discs, I've worked on my form a lot and got my discs to fly nose down, meaning that the disc is flying through the air relative to the launch trajectory at an angle where you can either see the stamp a little bit or at least not see the bottom of the disc. Before I'd throw nose up, so you'd see a little bit of the bottom. And when that happens, since it has this interesting little thing in here, because of this fastback and wanting to make it a little bit glidier of a disc, I would guess, which then is odd that 2 is the glide number. This is a truly Alien disc, a very weirdo. But because of that, when I would throw it a little nose up, I think the air that would come under the disc would do some weird things and really lift it up. Because I didn't get a lift on those first 2 throws. That might not be something that stays the case. Maybe I do start to get more lift, but we'll see. Oh, what a start. Nice.
He loves to run and chase him.
Hey, buddy.
He would leave him though because he knew he wasn't supposed to pick him up.
Yeah, he's not even biting him.
Yeah. You sniff, he'll lick him though. Okay, hold on here.
258, par 3. Little OB. Oh, so weird. Got stable again. That's safe though. Okay, more height, more anhyzer. Get stable. Oh yeah, good to meet you. All right, just met the course designer, so that's pretty cool. He lives close to this place. It's kind of like a little park course. There's a high school over there. I like coming for approach disc, short stuff, because also it's great for the family because there's this path that just goes the whole way. They're pretty consistent from the premium to the base plastic. They've flown the same. I'm a little surprised by that because sometimes DX, even out of the box, is just way more understable than a Star disc if you're thinking about Innova's plastics. But the Star one landed here, good distance. The DX landed 20 feet long, so I'm glad to put another one in bounds. But it was good. I mean, I threw this one kind of how I wanted to, expecting a little bit of drift, maybe because I don't have the headwind anymore. Head left to right, now it's more of a straight tailwind. It just stayed a little straighter, and then I was able to use this shot to correct for that disc. But I'm not getting that lift anymore, so I'm thinking that might have been a nose up thing. Use the real putter. There we go, 1 through 2. Okay, we can blame the star one on that first hole. It's also not like a full bevel. There's maybe like a little micro bead at the bottom of this disc that makes it so that it's like, I'll show you this one's better. It's like a slight bevel and then like a little lip there. I don't know if it's because I am not throwing it as bad or what, but I'm not hating this disc like I used to. I don't know who it's for or why I would ever willingly choose to bag it, but I'm also someone who's more like a tournament player. If you just want a fun disc and you want to have like the weirdest disc in your friend group, this is not bad. Go. Oh yeah, that's down there. Okay, you might have barely seen like a little lift on that. That could just be from a normal disc. I think watching that other video might be the best case to see it because I felt it so much. That being said, prepare yourself for some weirdo form, for some maybe not having the best times. I don't know, I haven't watched that video in a while. It's like 500 videos ago. But I got a nice 20-foot putt here. Left them both a little short, and the next hole we're actually gonna play the shorts. I honestly expected to have some similar findings, some similar results to when I first threw it. And I think if you look at this as like a normal putter or mid or approach disc, it's gonna be weird. But I'm kind of just looking at it as like a stable Sonic is kind of how I'm trying to think about it. Puts it in a category of like weirdo utility discs, and I don't hate it as much. Hey, there we go, we made a star putt. The one good thing is, because of the little ridges, they fit on top of each other so nicely. They fit, it's like putting bowls in your cabinet out. They just gotta sit in one another a little bit. You know what, we're just gonna play straight up longs. This one's 330. Might as well try. Gotta get over the sidewalk out there to the right. Next hole we will have a forehand. So yeah, I think we have this kind of wind, a little tail right to left. Maybe slight anhyzer at the basket, but don't want to pull it over. Just kind of release it on anhyzer straight, because if I pull it over, it's going to move way too far right, I think, because it's a little slow. Wow. Okay, when I threw it harder, it acted more stable. That's interesting. Well, I got one that's safe at least. That is, okay. That definitely just chewed up the bottom of that DX one. So I'll have a long look. That kind of surprised me. On that first, maybe it's more wind dependent disc? I don't really know, because that first one, it did flip up when I threw it on a hyzer. And there I threw it on less hyzer, harder, and didn't even think about flipping. Definitely could be the wind a bit, but I'm very surprised. That being said, we're out on the fairway. And since we're playing best shot, that means I got 2 chances. So. Alrighty, Mr. Alien. Oh, that's still terrible. What? That was awful. There we go. At least got one close. That first one was supposed to be a run. Can we just pretend like I didn't go get that disc? I will say, I think these have some of the sweetest art from Innova recently. Through 4 holes, I've already missed 2. Meaning I could only miss 1 more on the last 5. 236 foot, hole 5, forehand here. I think this will work on a forehand. The one thing that feels odd, I actually don't hate the fastback ridges. It feels pretty good on my thumb. The only issue is underneath, it's 2 different sizes. Like my finger is here, and typically this finger kind of sits on the flight plate to like push this finger into the rim. But here, it doesn't sit there, because then it'd be on like air almost. There's this little ridge, and so it's actually like further down. So I don't feel like I have the best grip. Dude, 2 in a row with that? was a fine looking shot. 2 for 2 on the last 2 holes of hitting a light pole. That orange one. All right, come on. There we go. I was a little scaredy, so I got a long look at it, but I kept it safe. At least on those 2 shots, it was definitely zone adjacent. The feel is super weird and different. But again, I feel like this disc almost fits in the same category as most Doomsday discs. It's kind of like the opposite companies, where Innova makes some weird discs that are on the edges of things. Like the Rollo is a crazy, flippy, roller, mid-range, understable guy. Oh, I'm in circle 2 out here. I can't believe I did that. See, even that kind of flexed well. And so Innova seems to just want to cover every single flight possible. And because of that, they end up making some weirdos like this. And it's funny because Doomsday Discs is like trying to make all the most weirdo discs. And then they have a disc like the Chemtrail, which are reviewed in a discs that I haven't reviewed but want to review video. And that's just like a straight up good understable 7-speed. So kind of the opposite companies. Also in terms of sizing too, I guess. But yeah, no, oh. That felt really good out of my hand, but did not have a lot of glide. It just kind of dropped a bit. Sad day. Now I need to go perfect on the last 4. I can't believe I missed that one. Guess that's what happens when you throw this thing into the light pole. 254 to the red. Got a pretty straight headwind now, so we'll really see how these fare. Star Alien. The thing is, on the backhand, it's not crazy uncomfortable. It's a little odd feeling, but it's kind of odd in like a comfy way. What happened on hole 1? That's a good shot. I'm just a little confused as to why these flipped so much on hole 1. Because this is more of a straight headwind than even those. All right, DX. Uh-oh. This is an alien round, man. What is going on? That is my first black ace ever. And I think technically it's a gray ace because it's on the same hole. Black ace is a different hole, but it's a different layout. Wow. This is such a weird round. That has never happened to me before, but that was absolutely perfect. So for the sake of Instagram, you might see that clip, and we're just gonna pretend like that's what I meant to do. Don't pay any mind to the disc that is quite obviously behind it, sitting next to the other basket. Wrong, sitting 40 feet from the other basket. I'm glad I didn't expect this to be anything, because it has not turned out to be anything, but a bunch of weirdness. Definitely, this isn't that bad. This is in the circle. The dream is still alive. Okay, maybe it wasn't, maybe it was more of a right to left head. Okay, maybe hole 1 was more of a straight headwind and I just thought it was the left to right. Okay. Whoa, what a snag in the basket. 3 to play. Gotta go perfect to keep them both. I cannot believe that just happened. That's literally never happened to me before. I've never aced the wrong basket. And I barely aced the right one. 286 feet. Now I know it's more of a right to left, which makes way more sense as to what happened on those 2 shots. Wind reads are hard without a chalk bag, man. I don't know what's going on. Star first. Throw it over the blue, not at the blue, and we're in business. Ride the wind, baby! Best shot of the day. Let's go. That actually worked surprisingly well. See what happens when I try to throw this one up the middle with this crosswind. Get stable. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on! Oh, it's so juiced. Wow. That was an interesting flight. Let's go. Dream is still alive. This would be the craziest round if I could somehow shoot 6 down after that start. This thing just went 60 long, 65 long. That's cool. 234. I think I need some forehand redemption. This is an interesting angle because the wind's coming like this. So it's kind of head, kind of left to right, a little bit of neither. Just pop it smooth at it. Oh, I rolled it. You know what? I'm going for it. Oh, whoa. Oh, was so scary. I thought I threw that too much hyzer out of my hand, but I guess it was just the right amount of wobble, which getting a clean forehand with these, I don't think would be easy. Keeping it on hyzer like I did those first two was easier. I think one, because it was kind of with the wind, and two, because that angle is way more like comfortable for me, kind of swoopy, to have a clean arm and hand path. Whereas when I'm throwing, wow, that was a voice crack. Where I'm throwing a little flatter, my arm and hand path are not as synced up, so there tends to be a little wobble or some craziness. I parked it though. Thought it was gonna be on the sidewalk a little bit, but that one does flip a little more than this star. There's that interesting, gets over and then kind of falls back flight. And I am one birdie away on hole 9 from getting to my 6. I don't really have too much crazy to say. Sometimes it's fun to revisit these psycho discs that maybe I liked before, maybe I didn't, because my play style does feel so different. And it's just been a while, and sometimes, you know, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Not much in this case, but I am having a lot of fun today with these discs. It could be the fact that I'm playing a course I played before that's an easier course, and that makes disc golf feel more fun in general, but sometimes you need those easy wins. You gotta stack the cards in your favor. Hole 9 is another 236 footer. There's a Mando on that light pole. Good thing that Mando's there. I probably hit it with the orange one. Yeah, I think a big forehand works, or a big anhyzer. I'm gonna try the forehand with this, and then we'll see what we have to do. But this is going straight into a headwind. I really don't like forehand for this, but we're gonna try it. Let's go, dude. So the combo of the wobble and that headwind made that flip up. I'm not gonna say real pretty, but a really nice amount. All right, we'll throw it back in with this one and see how we finish. Maybe we just ace the blue for solidarity's sake. Dude, it's a gap hitting machine. What is going on? I still have a putt to make. What wind do I want? That is close. That is also close. And I do like having a left right crosswind more because I treat it more like a tailwind. Yes, I thought I threw it too high, but the little drop that it gets is perfect. Pay no mind to the star. Subscribe, because even though these aren't going in the giveaway, there's still like 40 days in there already. We'll split those up into groups of 5 and give them away once 50K does come. Either way though, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to check out my old review, check it out over there. But if you want to see another weirdo disc that I recently reviewed, go watch that video right there. I think you're gonna love it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.